So one thing I would say to people who are reading this type of material is realize that when you just see stem cell research, you actually don't know what kind of research it is, unless the writer, the author of that piece, has specified. We've been talking about three types of stem cells, right? Two are artificial. Adult stem cells, the natural ones, embryonic stem cells, and now induced pluripotent stem cells.
There is a lot of confusion between embryonic stem cells and adult stem cells, but there are profound, significant distinctions between the two. When you see a story about a stem cell success in the news, questions people should ask: how was it used? Was it used in an animal experiment with a lab mouse, or was it used on a human being? And what you tend to find is the embryonic stem cell stories will talk about lab experiments with animals, and they'll use potential and possibility and similar sorts of descriptive terms, but they won't talk about an actual patient that has been healed. Whereas the adult stem cells, yes, there are basic science experiments with animals too, but there are lots and lots of stories about actual applications, health repair for human beings, living, breathing human beings.
The buzzwords to look for in these things is anytime someone says, yes, stem cells can make any cell in the body, even though it's not technically true, you're going to see that for anything that has to do with induced pluripotent stem cells or embryonic stem cells. The writer's going to say that. It's almost like they can't not say it.
The other thing to watch for is whether the information was published in a peer-reviewed scientific journal. So you will get these stories about, oh, so-and-so went to some country offshore and got a big injection of stem cells, and now they're trying out for the Olympics. But was this information that was vetted by other scientists so that it was an actual valid treatment or not? And again, the embryonic stem cell as well as fetal tissue and fetal stem cells, you tend to get these apocryphal stories of someone going someplace and having to come back and now they're better. Whereas the adult stem cell stories are about actual clinical trials that have been vetted by the FDA and approved, and the results published and validated in a scientific journal.
Oh, can I say one more thing about this? Write the writer. If you can email them or write them, if they didn't make it clear, write them and say, you know what, thank you for your article, but I'm not sure what type of stem cells you're writing about. Could you please specify?